let's craft. This video is a part of the Just Our Imagination playlist challenge. That is hosted by Kathy Jo DIY, Rustic and Lace DIY, and this month the co-host is the singing Crafty crafter. This is a monthly playlist, and as usual, we have 3 challenge items that we must use. Styrofoam, paper plate, and an extension cord is this month's challenge items. Let's get started and see what I came up with. For this one, I have this stain can here. I want to make a lid for the can, and I don't want it to just set on top to where it can slide right off. So what to do is cut out a channel that will fit, that the inner metal ring in the top of this can will fit down into, so that the lid doesn't just slide right off. It makes a little more sense just to watch what I'm doing versus me trying to explain. It's a little difficult to explain, but you'll see. I used the paint to mark the ring where I'm going to use my generic Dremel tool to make a channel in the underneath of this lid that I'm making. And you can see that it does make the lid more secure. It doesn't just slide right off, but of course if you turn it upside down it will come off. I gave the can a little bit of a sanding so that the paint would adhere better, and I'm just going to paint this with Ivory Chalk Paint by Waverly. And I stained the lid with Antique Wax. You can see there on the underneath of the lid where my hand did slip with that Dremel tool and made a little bit of a mark there, but that didn't bother me any. Now to use this extension cord, I'm going to make a handle for the lid. And I'm just taking a piece of the extension cord. I'm going to use these tacks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to tack that down. These come in a nail set. They're sort of like upholstery tacks. The tips of those upholstery tacks did go through the lid just a little bit on the other side, so I just took my wire cutters and snipped off the very sharp point and sanded them a little bit. I got this napkin in the mail from Kathy Jo. Thank you, Kathy Jo. And I'm going to use this, this top layer here. I'm going to use the water method so that the edges are feathered instead of using scissors. And I'm just going to Mod Podge one section of these roses here. And I'm going to do this twice, one on each side. I'm being a little risky here by using my fingers to smooth out the napkin. If you do this, you want to make sure your fingers are dry whenever you're smoothing that out. If they're wet at all or have any Mod Podge on them, you will tear your napkin. Where I cut that extension cord, you could see the wire on the ends there, so I did go over that with a little bit of brown paint to try to disguise that that is a piece of an extension cord. I did go over the edges and a little bit on the image itself, just trying to blend in this napkin, using that Ivory Chalk paint to try to blend in the image and the background of the image to the painted can. I actually decided not to distress this can, although I thought about it. I thought it looked just fine as it was. This is just a quick reminder that if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you don't miss any future videos. I got these paper plates from the Dollar General, and they came in a pack of 75 for $3 and some odd cents, but you can get these at Walmart. can get a pack of 100 for $5 and some odd cents, which is a pretty good deal for as many as you're getting. I want to take a small stack from this big stack and attach them to each other. So I want it to be one solid piece, this stack of plates, and for them not to come apart. And so I do just like I do when I'm doing the edges of book pages to where they won't come open. I'm just going to use Mod Podge on the edges here so that they won't come apart. I did 2 separate stacks just because I wanted to make sure I had 2 in case something went wrong with the craft and I needed a second stack. But I don't use both of these stacks of plates on this one craft. I gave it several coats of English Ivy acrylic paint. Once that dried, I made a template for the center of the plate out of another plate, and I have these very old rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree. I've had these a very long time. I'm just going to use that template that I made to cut out the circle because I want to put this transfer just in the middle of the plate. There's other ways you could go about that, definitely. If you wanted to peel apart each plate and put glue in between each plate and make them more of a solid piece, you could. I felt like the top of this needed a little something else, and so I just wanted to speckle the very edges of this plate stack with some more of the rub-on transfer. So I just haphazardly went around using pieces of words and designs to make a speckled edge. Now, I feel like this is an important part of this project. I don't know if anyone will recreate this, but if you did, I used the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and that's going to make it to where if you wanted to set cookies on this tray or something to where it would need to be cleaned after you set whatever it is, if you're not just using it for decor, you definitely want to go with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. It puts a plastic coating on what you apply it to and makes it more cleanable. And I did apply more of the transfer to the base here. I used a terracotta pot as the base for our little pedestal tray. I applied the same Mod Podge to that terracotta pot so that it had the same look as the top. I glued them together with Titebond glue, and the top and the base, and I love how this turned out. Now for the styrofoam project, I'm going to use these 4 styrofoam balls and I'm going to make some bowl fillers. 2 of them I painted with moss chalk paint and 2 I painted with the English Ivy green. The 2 English Ivy green styrofoam balls I covered with moss. And the other 2 I'm covering with green split peas, and I got those from Walmart. They were just $1.32 for a bag. I thought I would need more, so I bought 2 bags, but I used these in 2 different projects and still did not finish up this whole bag of split peas. I used a generous amount of Mod Podge, and in sections, I just set the ball down into the split peas with the Mod Podge, and then I would wait about 5 minutes, and once that Mod Podge set up a little bit to where I could move it and the split peas wouldn't fall right off, I would do another section, and then just did that step over and over till the whole thing was covered. I still had a lot of the plates left, so I thought I would make another craft that was actually pretty quick. For this one, I was thinking more of a large party decoration. I took 14 of the paper plates, and I'm going to use this ink pad here and just darken up the edges. And then I'm going to fold them and glue them into this shape, just gluing at the bottom. Once I folded the first one, I realized you've got to darken the edges of the back as well, because you'll be able, once you fold them like that, you'll be able to see the front and the back. I thought I would slow it down a little bit here just to show how I'm folding and gluing each one. And once you got this thing made, you could paint it any color to match the party or event that you're having. And of course, this could be used for everyday decor. You can make them in different sizes, and you don't have to use paper plates, although that turned out very affordable. You could also use any color of cardstock. I used a paper plate. I used a single paper plate for the base, and I reinforced that later on, you'll see. And I just glued these all the way around. I'm making a giant flower. Now, I was doing this project last minute. If I was going to do this again, I would make sure that my spacing was more even on the very outer edges of these petals. I took 14 more, so that's 14 and 14 more paper plates, and I cut out the middle. You can see a distinct circle in the middle, and so I just cut those out to make smaller rounds. And then I did the same folding and gluing that I did with the larger ones. I glued them all around on the inside. This project was so big that I couldn't really video it very well on my tiny work surface, and so I just showed you a shot there of it laying in the floor, and that's how I assembled it, was in the floor. I was really asking a lot of that single paper plate as the base of the flower, and so I used that extra stack from the Pedestal tray that I made to just staple this flower to that, so that the base of this flower was thicker and more sturdy. Now, you could do a lot of things for the center of this flower. You could do like tissue paper and cut and fold and make like different colored spikes with the tissue paper, if that makes sense. There's lots of things you could put in the middle, some twine, but I just had these split peas, this bag that I still had not used the whole bag of the split peas, and so I thought, well, those can be like seeds, and so I just mixed them up with some Mod Podge and dumped those in there for the center of the flower. It came out to about 22 inches wide, and so it's a very large piece. If you put several on the wall, I think it would make a big impact, and it was so cheap to make. Don't forget that this is part of the Just Our Imagination playlist challenge. The link to that playlist will be in the description box. Make sure you go check out that whole list and see what all the other crafters made with these challenge items. If you are watching on a TV and you cannot click the link to the playlist, just go over to Rustic and Lace DIY's channel, and in her playlist section, it should be the first playlist there listed. Y'all, I'm cutting this one close. It is less than 2 hours before the playlist goes live, and I'm doing this voiceover. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.